This is really interesting.
Yeah, so this book is Outwitting the Devil, which is my favorite one. And of course, many people know Napoleon Hill by his book Think and Grow Rich. But
Yes.
Outwitting the Devil is something very different. It is just very unique book, and it says such things that open the eyes for so many questions. Like many questions don't understand what is happening in the world. Yes. And this is the dialogue between him and devil, and he asking devil and devil answering. Yes, so this is the contents of this book. And what is interesting in this book, that he said that 2% of people think, 3% of people think that they think, and 95% of people would rather die than think. Just just think about these statistics. And if you look really what is going on, most of people, they don't think. They just going like zombies, like robots. They have all these programs which is in their subconscious mind, like computer. Yeah, it is built, programmed, and with these programs, they go around and do things on autopilot and don't even understand why they get results which they get. Yes, and it is interesting that we all have mobiles, we have all computers, and we always update them. Yes, update, get
But we are not updating our mind,
exactly, and we're not updating our mind. Like people update cars, they do refurbishing their houses.
I
All
love that. I love that, Elena. This is the medicine for me today. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am absolutely, absolutely on fire to be with you on the podcast. It's an honor, actually. And it will be on fire, Elena. You have to be prepared. It will be on fire because we are here on fire. Like the book is coming out, and Quantum Leaps and Lost Socks is almost like an igniter. Like it will go on wildfire because like I had also the subtitle, um Your Playful Guide to Transformation, because I wanted it to really arrive to as many people as possible. I
Mhm.
don't believe that there are only the gurus and the shamans and the psychics and the and the teachers who can be powerful. I do believe that everyone, each one of us, have these processes in them.
Mhm.
And thank you so much for Napoleon Hill, because I know about his book, Grow Rich, because it's a kind of mantra for us. So this is a new discovery for me.
Yes,
I
this
will
is
be downloading it instantly. And
Mhm.
yes, and tell me a little bit. So where have you been before you got into the? I don't talk about spirituality so much. I don't use that word because I do believe that these processes are very much connected to us, and
Mhm.
especially here in the body.
Mhm.
But yeah, tell me where do you come from? Like, where did you start your journey?
I started my journey when I was small and I was living in Soviet Union, and it was very close to society. And I had so many questions, which as far as I remember myself, I always wanted to find the answers to my questions. Yes, and we lived in very close society. There was so different system, and when Soviet Union collapsed, I it is like I came from the cave to that open space.
Wow, it's lovely.
And I was always searching for meaning in life because I had questions. I was also studying the Bible for 15 years. I was searching in the Bible. I found a lot of questions in the Bible. And still I was not maybe connecting those golden nuggets in the Bible with real life, although there are of course so many principles which I lived according, but it was not enough at that time. And then I was making big money in my business. Also, I was losing a lot, and it came to the point that people who used my trust stolen my 3 houses, car, everything what I had was taken from me. And that became such a awakening moment for me, that I understood that I have to change, that I have to find the way to become valuable myself, not to be attached to material things. This is the first thing that I understood, because when everything was taken from me, I felt so down, because I had responsibility for my small daughter, for my mother, my disabled brother, and I was alone. We don't have any relatives. So I was feeling such a big responsibility for family. There was nobody around just to even to support me. I was totally alone, and then I understood that I have to be strong and I have to become the value myself. So then I started immersing myself into personal development and study everything, like literally
Yes.
all the time. Yes, just listening videos, Joe Dispenza and Napoleon Hill, Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins. I started attending all the events online, offline, and just immerse myself totally in this personal development. And then this is how I found Bob Proctor, who resonated with me so much. Then I decided to work closer with him, and this is how I became PGI consultant, Procter Gallagher Institute consultant. And that decision totally transformed my life, because I understood that the problem was not outside, like people,
Yes.
and that everything was just the effect, but the real cause was me. And I understood that if I want to change results, I have to change myself from within. And this is where I started this process, that all I collected all this knowledge. I understood the secret, the Think and Grow Rich, yeah, formula of riches of success in this 13 steps, which Napoleon Hill describes, and also this book which Bob Proctor was reading for 60 years every day. And like he could really impress help me to impress these ideas and understanding the secret into my subconscious mind. And I became so passionate to share it with other people, because I understood that it doesn't matter how much you make, because I was making big money every week, because I was in network marketing for 10 years. I was like international leader, traveling, staying in a five-star resort, and I had big money, but it is not about how much you make. It is
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah. It is
you
the
keep.
power here. No,
Yes,
it's yeah, yeah.
because if you're not
I
lying,
hit my stone. Look, it's here. Yeah, exactly.
yes, if
Yeah.
you're not at the level, like money always, it is equivalent at your how you feel inside, your value, right? Value you provide. So, and your also level of your awareness, yes, and your worthiness. And so I was thinking I'm doing good. I was thinking I'm helping people, I'm making money, I'm helping other people. But in fact, it was all passing by. Like one hand was receiving money, and the next day I knew where I want to invest, and I didn't have much knowledge about investing. So most of startups and where I invested just went in way like lost. And then, as I saw it, people even who I trust also stolen everything from me, and that was very big, really big aha moment for me. That okay, I have to stop and I have to change something. And from that my change started. And now when I understood that it is so important to do this inner work, because if you don't raise your awareness and consciousness, you can continue running like a dead squirrel in the
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
so,
they have brought me near death. Like my awakening, my real awakening was that they brought me through the darkness, through the duat. We call it in the Egyptian cosmology duat. It's the Netherland. It's, going through that darkness.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think you don't need these very, very harsh cry outs and breakdowns and burnouts. I do believe that each one of us can really do this in a playful way, and like in your daily life and in your way of how you are now. And you don't have to wait until you get your terminal cancer
Exactly,
diagnosis. You can
exactly.
do it now, darling. You can do it now. You can do it now. And also
Yeah,
You know,
Exactly.
a year ago, I wasn't even able to speak or to move my mouth without electroshock like pains. And now I can eat an apple that was impossible and all of that thing. So I would always say, hey, move now, move it now, baby. Yeah.
Yes, exactly, exactly. That is what exactly you got it so right that people don't need to wait to that moment, but if they don't see the smaller signs, it will take them to that
Yes,
big
it will.
moment.
The baby will cry
Like
out.
wake up. Yes, like wake up. Maybe
Of
now
course,
you will wake up.
the
Yes,
baby will really cry out. Of
maybe
course.
this will help you. Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
course, exactly. This is what I understood that people don't need to wait till that something really shock happens when they lose or get sick or whatever. But the universe always sends the signs, and initially there are very little signs, right? But if you don't put attention, later you will get the same
Yeah,
but
yeah,
big,
and there will be
and
always
it will be
whisperings.
bigger.
And the whisperings are not heard when the busy day and the
Mhm.
loud economics and politics and conflicts are so loud. So the whispering, like you will always have to really listen, like to really listen with the inner ear because
Mhm.
the whisperings are drowned into this busyness of life. I would love to talk to you, Elena, and I am very, very excited for that podcast. Just let me go back to my website. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I feel like you have prepared the ground now. You're like you have ignited my yeah, you have ignited my fire, and we will make out of the book Quantum Leaps and Lost Socks a wildfire. That is what we really need to do because I have wrote this book while I was very near death, and you see where I am now. So I wish everyone to be on her highest potency. Like this is my
Amazing, yes. And I really want to acknowledge for everything that you passed through and that you are now in such a great spiritual state, such a energetic, beautiful human being, and you want to inspire the world with what you know already. And I'm looking forward for our episode.
thank you so much, my love. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye, bye,
Bye.
bye, my love. Bye.